Oh my God. What it is, what it do, man. HG family. Oh my goodness. How much I missed each and every one of you. Man, did y'all miss me? I missed you. It is your favorite, highly opinionated, possibly overrated, very loud and obnoxious sneaker collector, enthusiast, whatever you want to call it, man. Today's live is brought to you by Mountain Dew Cold Brew, man. And I ain't showing no labels because we ain't sponsored by them, but it's not gonna be a red cup tonight. So let's crack this one open. Let's keep it away from the computer. Because as you all know, who that mango flavor is hidden. What's that? Baja Blast mango? Okay. But as you all know, and for those of you who don't know, let me go ahead and turn the light up real quick. Let me go ahead and get some light on this face. Yeah. We'll do it like that. We'll do it like that. Boom. But for as of you all who know, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. My computer was down. That's why it hasn't been any content whatsoever. That's why it hasn't been any lives whatsoever. That's why I've been ghost for, geez, it feels like almost the entire year. And I know that very many people will not see this. Very many people probably won't be even in this live or even view this live because I have been gone for so very long. But the powers that be, i.e., Mrs. HG, said, you finally got your computer fixed. You haven't gone live in a long time. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are wondering where you've been. So you need to get back going live. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go live. I wasn't sure if I was actually gonna do it tonight. You know, I want to do more preparation. Just a whole bunch of things were going through my mind, and I just was not sure. But I just decided, hey, you might as well go live. Now, shout out to Resjuvenator. They have been a constant support for your boy HG. So if you need any kind of sneaker cleaning, whatever, they've got it. They've got everything you need on the sneaker care market. Head over to resjuvenator.com. At checkout, type in my promo code homegrown_kicks. I believe it is. And if that's not what it is, I'll put it down in the link in the description, or at least link the promo code somewhere, and it will save you 10% on your entire order. And especially with the way things are going nowadays, money is very precious, and we need to save as much as we possibly can. Gigantor, what's going on? Oh, a new feature of StreamYard is you can now see your comments on the screen, so you all can see yourselves participating in the chat instead of just seeing yourselves, in the comment box. But Gigantor, man, what's going on, man? How you been, man? It's been a minute. Gigantor said, well. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a what's that? How that song go? I don't know, man. I ain't even gonna sing it, but I have a crown thingy. Colored folks getting fancy over it. Man, let me tell you, bro. I've been looking at your lives and stuff like that. Man, I love the diversity in the conversation. Um, I love like the I don't know if they're like random topics, but I love the topics nonetheless. I don't know if I can ever tackle stuff like that, but um, I mean, I guess I probably could. I mean, but I feel like I feel a whole lot rusty. But yo, how you been, man? How you been? How has the family been, y'all, man? What y'all been up to these last what is it like 2 months or something that I've been gone? I don't know, man. I don't know. And getting in front of the camera, getting in front of y'all, I feel like I've been gone a long time. I feel like I look different. I feel different. I look different. What have I been up to while I've been gone? So of course, your boy HG has still been going through therapy, physical therapy. Um, Man, you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Look, I understand. You have been rocking with me for forever and a day. You have supported me in all the best ways, and any direction you take for growth, man, I salute that, man. I absolutely 100% salute that, and trust and be assured that I will support each and every step of the way. Um, Cause stepping on folks and trying to keep folks from doing shit is not the way I get down. It's a Tuesdays, which prevents me from tapping in. My producer says you're welcome to come through when we start our live stream. Absolutely, man. I'll be glad to come through. You know how I come through and support everybody. Oh, absolutely, man. Just let me know. And um, I gotta call you because the cruise is still planned. I don't know if it's planned for next year because I think it was supposed to be this year, but I think it's gonna just be next year. So I'll call you and we'll talk about all that kind of stuff. But um, like the month or two that I've been gone, man, I've been in like I've been leaning into my hermit crab. I guess I don't know the hermit, hermit crab, whatever, what have you. Dang, I really like the way StreamYard looks now. I love this. But I've been leaning into my hermit crab while I've been waiting for them to fix my computer. 2 weeks ago, I thought it was fixed, and then we ran into a hiccup where the camera wasn't working because apparently I don't know what happened or what I did. The motherboard went bad. Now this is a brand new computer. When I bought this, I think I bought this like last year, maybe the year before. But when I bought this computer, it was brand new. The only time I ever used this laptop was to go live and do these live streams on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and Instagram and Spotify and all those other sources. So follow me over there if you haven't already. But the only time I've ever used this laptop is for those purposes, which means it hasn't had any hard work done on it or anything like that. Well, the motherboard went bad, so I had to pay to have the motherboard replaced. That was an expensive repair, so I had to kind of wait a little bit, make things shake, make things happen in order to get the motherboard replaced, which I don't understand. Is it like all computers? Because I've kind of gotten out of computers a while ago. I used to be heavy into that. But is it the vast majority of computers that are kind of weird like that? To be honest, I don't think the motherboard went bad because it's a bad computer. I think the motherboard went bad because I wasted something on the laptop. So, but even though like the laptop is supposed to be protected from that, I don't know what the hell happened. But after they got that fixed, the camera stopped working. So then it took even longer. They had to try to figure out yeah. Cuz I got two laptops. I got one laptop that I do all of my editing and all of my work on and all that other kind of crap on it because it's older. It's older. I'm okay with bogging it down with all that kind of stuff and just making it my sole work laptop. This laptop was more so for the upgraded specs and the entertainment and to be able to bring you all like the best possible quality when I go live, or if I decide to, connect cameras to this and give like better quality and things like that, which I do plan on doing, because right now the quality is coming from my PC camera, and the camera is really damn good. And for the purposes of like YouTube and stuff like that, YouTube doesn't get any better than 1080p when it comes to like live streaming. Hopefully at some point they'll get into 4K and all of that. But right now, it doesn't make sense for me to hook up a camera to live stream on YouTube, because like my camera shoots in, I think, like 4K and can be upgraded and compressed to 8K, but YouTube can't see it. I mean, you all will get like a slightly clearer picture, but you all won't be able to tell the difference. But yeah, the camera had to be fixed, and that took even longer. And I've just been gone. So like I said, I leaned into my hermit era. I was in my hermit guy era. And I started doing house projects. I got a couple of house projects that I'm working on right now. I started doing like model hobby kits. I got like some old Gundam model kits from like years and years ago, that I started, looking at and thinking about doing and stuff like that. But I just really started like getting into different things, or getting back into the different things that I enjoy. And I mean, I had fun doing it. I almost didn't get back on YouTube because I was leaning into that, but I missed you all too much. You all are like my family, and I really missed you all too much to just leave you all like cold turkey hanging like that. If I ever just decided to just leave YouTube and stop completely making content, you all would be the first people to know. Now, with that being said, like I said, I have missed a whole lot in that month, and I know like you all have seen it and gone through it and have already like expressed yourselves about it and moved on from it. But I mean, I'm HG. I ain't really had nobody to express my grievances with. So my YouTube channel is my way of expressing my grievances. Now we're going to talk about sneakers. We're going to talk about some of everything that kind of like pissed me off, like really, really pissed me off over the last weeks that I've been gone. I've been building mini plateau, buying hella figures as well. I'm glad you're back though. Yeah, man. Like, so you know how we get down when it comes to that. Mini pla, dope as fuck. Dope as fuck. I've always been in a mini pla. Getting a gun pla. I went like sneaker heavy. Like the thing that was bad about me collecting sneakers, I diverted that attention and put it into like gunpla, to the point where I'm gonna start like on my other YouTube channel, I'm gonna start like doing painting and showing all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, y'all didn't never know I had another YouTube channel. I've had a YouTube channel for over, I guess I would say 10 years now, before I even did this channel. And it was about gaming. So that channel was solely based on gaming. I talked about gaming. I talked about the new things that were happening in the gaming sphere, which of course led me into like PCs and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it was only natural that I was heavy into that. Malai said, yeah, what's up, man? What's up, Malai? Hey, man, glad to see you here. Hey, I got you. Hold on, let me see. Because here's another thing. I got to learn these new controls for YouTube. Live streams of gameplay and model painting and posing would go crazy. I just got to switch to and thought about doing chill streams. Yeah. I used to. So like I used to go like on my other gaming channel, I used to go live on Twitch. I used to live stream live on Twitch on my other gaming channel, um, and just do gameplay. I used to just do gameplay of me losing my shit and all that kind of crazy stuff because I used to heavily stream 2K. 2K. I think like the last thing I streamed was like 2K, NBA 2K, like 15 or 16. So it was like years ago because we in 2025. That was almost 10 years ago. And I used to stream like Halo. I used to stream like a lot of stuff. I used to stream Halo, Assassin's Creed, 2K, and every now and then I would stream Madden. I wasn't like really huge on Madden like I am now. But you know, it is what it is. And hold on, bro. I see you back there backstage. I'll let you up in just a second. I gotta get out this thought, so hold on and bear with me. But yeah, I used to do all that streaming and all that good kind of stuff. And then I just kind of stopped because the gaming world got really nasty, especially when pay to play started becoming a thing, and we saw the deterioration of the gaming world, the gaming community, and all of the fun things that were about games when pay to play started becoming a big thing. And I remember the first time we really started seeing pay to play was in Halo. Was it ODST? And we also saw it in Call of Duty. I think it might have been like Black Ops, one of the Black Ops. We started seeing it in 2K. Like they really leaned into it in 2K, and then of course with like other PC games. And then after that, like it just the gaming community like via YouTube and all that just got really toxic. People just really kind of fell off of games and just wanted to play them personally and stuff like that. And gaming really died as a large community. Gaming really, it really died. Nowadays, you get on Modern Warfare, Call of Duty and stuff like that, and you don't really see very many people like talking to each other like they used to back in the day and stuff like that. They just kind of, everybody just kind of just like sits to themselves in front of their own screen and hoping they're playing with somebody like legit enough to run matches with on maps. So yeah, it just got kind of crazy. But hey man, I'm gonna go ahead, let somebody up on the stage. What's going on? How you?
Hello, what's up, buddy? How are you?
So what you got going on, man? Welcome. So I don't know how long you've been watching the channel.
I'm new
But
here. I
you
just
know,
came.
they call me HG, and we talk about a lot of different various things around here. Today we're just running through a chill stream for today because it's the first time I've been back in a long time, because of various other things. But for anybody that doesn't know you or isn't familiar with you, go ahead and let us know who you are, where you from, and what you're about.
I'm I'm also a gamer. I do in YouTube some live stream gameplays. My channel name is Dr. Fatafat Gaming. I used to play every game like story mode, online. Every game I like it. I like GTA, IGI, Max Payne, Hitman. Played a lot of games, my friend.
Okay, that's what's up. So, what are you
Now I'm
currently doing now, as far as the internet space and YouTube?
what I'm doing now beside of internet. Okay, I'm a medical worker.
Oh, okay, nice, nice.
Yeah, my friend.
The world needs medical workers
Medical.
all day, every day.
Yeah, my friend. So I love to play games every time, every day.
Okay.
What is your channel category is? Or your channel is a promotion channel or what?
So this channel here,
Yeah.
we talk about current events. We don't go too broad outside of like internal community current events, like streetwear, sneakers. We dabble in sports. We dabble in world events every now and then. I try to leave world events out of it because in the current state of things, world events are extremely political, and I don't want anybody going back and forth about political feelings and things like that. um, I talk about streetwear, of course, like I said before. I talk about shoes and things like that. And sometimes we tap into like my own personal hobbies. Well, like I said earlier, like gaming, computers, and the toy collector hobby, and model kits and building and stuff like that. So, we kind of do a little bit of everything, but we kind of keep it planted.
Yeah, it looks like you like a lot of shoes and styles.
Absolutely, absolutely. So like basically with my channel, it's basically me.
Yeah.
Um, it's me like narrowed down a little bit for the specifics. I mean, for the purpose of being specific and um,
So where,
drawing in a certain audience. So like this, when I started this channel, the purpose for me to start this channel was to bring people together via one of my hobbies. People that you would never expect to speak to if you saw them walking down the street. And thus far, I've been successfully able to do that. Not on an extremely large scale, but on a large enough scale to me. And hopefully, it'll get even bigger and better than it is currently. So
yeah, yeah.
those are some of
So
like
where are you living?
currently in the United States,
Oh,
currently in the city of Atlanta. I don't know if you are familiar with Atlanta. That's in Georgia.
that's good, man.
Yeah. So where are you from?
I'm in Pakistan,
Oh, nice, 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 nice,
Asia,
nice,
Asia. Yeah,
nice, nice.
yeah, my
So,
friend.
but yeah. Have you any new games that you kept up with? Anything that you're currently playing or interested in getting into?
I'm currently playing Resident Evil 8 DLC of Rose,
Nice.
my
That's a
Dr.
classic.
Fatafa gaming. Yeah, my
That is a
friend.
classic. That is a classic. That is a classic.
I write down my channel name in the chat. You can see Dr. Fatafat Gaming. That's my channel.
Okay. Okay.
Have
So
you
for anybody
monetized?
in the chat, anybody watching the video, if you all want to check out his gaming channel, it's Dr. Fat Gaming.
Yo.
All right. I had to make sure I said that correctly.
Have you
Um,
monetized your channel?
huh?
Have you monetized your channel?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh,
No, not yet.
looks like you need watch hours more to go.
Possibly. I've been gone for a while. I've been gone for an extremely long while. I have not dropped anything in a minute because my computer was down and stuff like that. But yeah,
Yo,
from
that's
bricks
good.
to kicks, man. What's good, family? How have you been, man? It's been a while. I know, man. I know.
Oh, great.
But are you familiar with like the like streetwear or shoe collecting or anything like it, like sports or anything like that?
I like cricket.
Cricket. Okay,
Cricket
okay.
is
I'm
sport.
familiar with cricket. I've never seen cricket played. Of course, I've seen like highlights and things like that, but um, as far as like the sport in general, I am not familiar with it. I know of it, but I'm not familiar with it. I'm more of a football, aka soccer, football, American football, baseball, and and not really basketball, but but that's about where it stops for me. That's where it stops.
That's cool, my friend. Keep it up.
But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna talk about some other things. If you wanna, I'm gonna drop you down in order to bring up these other things that I'm gonna talk about for the live. But if you want to stay in the chat and comment, you're welcome to stay in the chat. I appreciate you for coming up on the channel, exposing my viewers to something new.
Yeah,
Thank you and God bless you for being a medical
yeah, my
professional.
friend.
We
See you
always need your
later.
help. Thank you again, and hopefully you'll stick around. I
Keep
appreciate you.
gaming.
Thank
Okay,
you. You
bye.
too. But, oh, and yeah, I know y'all see me sweating up in this joint. It's hot. It's hot up in this thing. Um, hey, absolutely, man, absolutely. Big shout out to Pakistan. Big shout out to Pakistan. From bricks to kicks, man. What's good, family, man? What's good? What's good? But like I said, I wanted to talk about some of those things that absolutely agitated me while I was gone, that I had to keep balled up inside, and that you all have probably already spoken about. And like I said, again, we're gonna get to the shoes and some of the things that have happened and the things that I've missed. But I got to get this off my chest. I think I'm gonna call this "Get This Off My Chest." So the first thing that I want to talk about, and I don't know how many football fans we have in here, but he said that was it. But Netflix dropped a series called Quarterback, and they dropped season 2 this year. And season 2 featured 3 quarterbacks. And I was gonna say 3 big quarterbacks, but no, I mean I don't know how big they are. Um, I guess they are big for various reasons, and not all of them just football reasons. So it featured Jared Goff. It featured, I don't know why his name just blanked out of my mind. I know why his name just blanked out of my mind, because the third person, I'm so pissed off about them that like it kind of pushed it out of my brain. But the Bengals quarterback, um, what is his name? Joe Burrow. So Jared Goff, Joe Burrow, and the quarterback of my Atlanta Falcons, Kirk Cousins. And watching Netflix's quarterback, I like the way Joe Burrow operates. I'm not a Bengals fan by any stretch of the imagination. But I like, from what I've seen from Joe Burrow, I like him as a quarterback because I don't know him personally. Jared Goff, he's got a good mentality too. I like his mentality, which is why they went far in the playoffs, because he has a "I'm not scared" mentality. I'm willing to push the envelope. I don't think my team, the Falcons, have ever had a quarterback like that has just been able to even put 50% of it together. Nah, I might say Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan was good, but it was just something about, like, Matt Ryan was too much of a Boy Scout and listened too much to the actual like organization to like be that quarterback that could win the Super Bowl. Hold on, y'all. Just a second. Give me just a second. Now, Bricks the Kicks. Don't act like you don't know who Matty Ice is. Everybody know who Matty Ice is. Now, whether we think he's a great quarterback or not, that's separate opinion. I ain't got nothing to do about people's separate opinions about Matt Ryan, but Matt Ryan, in my opinion, was a very good, efficient quarterback. Let's see. From Bricks the Kid says Shanahan screwed him up too, bro. Yeah, Shanahan did screw him up. And then Shanahan screwed him up, and who treated him like a poo bag lit on fire and stomped him out was Arthur Smith. I think that's his name. Bro almost smoked Tom Brady with no effort. That's true. That's facts. Nah, I know him. I'm just saying. He a veteran for sure. But that quarterback would be the quarterback, the third quarterback that's in this show is Kirk Cousins, like I said. And Kirk Cousins just completely pissed me off. He completely pissed me off because in this show, the entire time while this show was running, they did Matt Ryan dirty for sure. They did him dirty for sure. I was definitely pissed off at the organization. And you know what? I came to realize after watching, so Harry Douglas, Roddy White, and Julio Jones have this podcast. Now, they started it on YouTube, but you got to look at it from Apple streaming or whatever in order to hear it and watch it. But after finding out some things about the organization, I came to realize that it wasn't Arthur Blank that did him dirty. It wasn't the coaching staff that did Matt Ryan dirty. It was Rich McKay who did everybody dirty. So that's a story for another day. I ain't gonna harp on Rich McKay because we talking about Kirk Cousins right now. Throughout this entire series, and I watched it to give this man an opportunity. Throughout this entire series, Kirk Cousins plays the victim this entire time. And he says he feels like he was misled by the Falcons organization. So Kirk Cousins used to be the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. And what happened with Kirk Cousins is during the season, he had an Achilles injury. And that Achilles injury put him out for the entire season. So with that Achilles injury as a quarterback, the league has moved to mobile quarterbacks or quarterbacks who can move at least a little bit. You don't have to be like a Michael Vick type quarterback to, be a good quarterback in the league. You just got to be able to move. You can no longer be a Statue of Liberty, stand back there and pass type quarterback. And with an Achilles injury, Kirk Cousins was already not a very mobile quarterback. I mean, he had a little bit to him, but he wasn't that kind of quarterback. And with an Achilles injury, that will definitely hurt you, and nobody knows for certain what your future will be. So Minnesota decided to draft a quarterback. They told him they were going to draft a quarterback, and he said he always wanted to be a starter. So he decided that he was going to test the open market because Minnesota said they were going to be looking for a quarterback. Testing the open market led him to the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons paid him $180 million guaranteed, and you already know how I felt about that. And if you don't, I was super pissed off that you were going to pay a quarterback that in season 1 of Netflix's Quarterback said he had shoulder issues on his throwing arm. He already was suffering from shoulder issues with his throwing arm. You're going to pay that type of quarterback $180 million guaranteed coming off of an Achilles injury. What we do that? And on top of that, not only was he coming off of two big injuries, significant injuries, he's 37 years old, or he will be 37 years old. Like, he's basically aged himself out of the NFL. Not being he lost a lot of his mobility. His throwing arm has become weak, and he's 37 years old, and he's already in the peak of his decline. Like he's hit that top part to where he's just gonna drastically fall off of a cliff. Now, Atlanta drafted Michael Penix Jr. because we were quarterback starved. We didn't have a quarterback. Atlanta didn't have a quarterback for the better half of 3 seasons because of how they did Matt Ryan. They tried to fill his place with Marcus Mariota. What's that other dude? Desmond Ritter. But that's not the other guy I'm thinking about. They tried to replace him with somebody else, a second string quarterback, and none of it worked. None of it worked. So we had been quarterback void for 3 years. And if you watch sports, you saw the struggle that Atlanta had. They went from relevant to semi-relevant to not relevant at all in a matter of 3 years. Hot take, Atlanta could have drafted a better quarterback, in my opinion. I don't know who was like better available for Atlanta to draft. Atlanta definitely could have drafted a better receiver when they had who did they pick in the top 4 spot? I can't remember who they picked in the top 4 spot, but they definitely could have drafted better than what they did. Absolutely. I don't know about a better quarterback because I don't think any quarterback in the last 3 years has actually shown anything. But I could be wrong, man. I could be wrong. Anyone from Ohio State would have been better. Well, I mean, didn't Justin Fields come from Ohio State? And look at where he's at. I think that other quarterback from Ohio State, he's not doing very well either. Because Chase Young was a defensive end, and he's still not even doing well. Or they kind of written him off, but yeah, they did ruin. And see, that's the thing. But they ruined him. Atlanta didn't have any, like, after Matt Ryan, Atlanta didn't have any coaches to bring up a quarterback. I mean, and to be honest, Atlanta has never really had any quarterback, coaches, which goes to show you even more how good of a quarterback Matt Ryan was, because he did it with, like, I think 3 or 4 different offensive coordinators and quarterback coaches. So, I mean, that's that. But yeah, so he would have come to Atlanta and would have been ruined too. Like, so yeah, I mean, like, we need somebody. I don't know. But Kirk Cousins, so we drafted Michael Penix Jr., which we absolutely needed, because Kirk Cousins is a 37-year-old quarterback coming off of 2 significant injuries. And he said he felt misled. But here's the thing about Kirk Cousins. Kirk's wife is from Georgia. So not only did he get paid $180 million guaranteed, he had the starting job. So nothing was a lie to him. He was given the starting job. His wife, like I said, got to be closer to family. His kids got to be closer to his wife's family. So by all accounts, it's a win-win situation. If you watch quarterback, I can tell you exactly where it went wrong for Kirk Cousins. It went wrong for Kirk Cousins when Kirk Cousins started quoting Drew Brees as his point of motivation. He said he read a book by Drew Brees where Drew Brees said, never let your backup touch the field no matter what. Well, Kirk Cousins, I got some news for you. Drew Brees in his retired state can no longer use his right arm. He can no longer use his throwing arm. And that's the person that you really want to model your career after. So in that game against the New Orleans Saints, when you got hurt and you felt your elbow go out, and then you felt your shoulder go out, you never thought to yourself to say, hey, okay, Atlanta, I'm hurt. Let me sit out for 2 or 3 weeks and then see how it goes, rehab, and then try to come back. Your worst fear, your ego got the better of you, and your worst fear was, okay, man, they just drafted this quarterback really high, and if I let him play, he's going to take my job. When they automatically told you and told the rest of the people that Michael Penix was not going to be starting this year because they just wanted him to sit behind a legitimate quarterback and get some experience. You don't just give $180 million to somebody that you're going to bench after they get injured. As you can see, even when you were injured, 6 more games, they let you play yourself to the bench. You threw an average of 2 interceptions a game in 6 games and didn't throw 1 touchdown. You did it to yourself, Kirk. Misled? If anybody was misled, it was the organization and the fans. Because you had a great start, but you kind of went here and then you dropped. You tanked. You bombed. Kirk's best years were here at Washington. I absolutely agree with that. I mean, he had some pretty good years in Minnesota too, especially when he combined with. Well, I get like the year before his injury, started to see the incline in like a little bit more of his good years because he had Jefferson, and they were just starting to get him a viable running back, and then they were getting ready to add a wide receiver, but yeah, like it just came too little too late. Because then they even added Hayden Hurst, so they ended up getting him a fairly decent tight end too. But like by that time, he had that injury. He, Rodgers, and Wilson's need to pack it. They absolutely do. But like he cried the entire series. He's getting paid like $30-something million to sit on the bench. It is an episode of the of quarterback where they told him we're gonna have to bench you. The next game, he's standing on the sidelines with his helmet on as if he's going to get back in the game. No, Kurt. No, Kurt. You're not getting back in the game. Take your goddamn helmet off. Pick up that goddamn clipboard because the entire game Penix played, he had no clipboard in his hand. And he's talking about he wants to be the best help he can be to Michael without getting in the way. Okay, well, the best help you can be to Michael is to pick up that goddamn clipboard, take off that goddamn helmet, and help him see things that he might not be seeing on the field. Because your time is up, buddy. Unless Michael gets hurt, your time is up, and you did it to yourself because you couldn't let that ego go. And I was sick of people looking at Kirk Cousins as a victim and being taken advantage of. And this church boy and all of that, he's a distraction to the team. He needs to go. And another person that needs to go is what's that boy's name? Kyle Pitts. I tried to give him a chance, but his time is up. Pitts got to go. He got to go. He is literally the Pitts. Follow the footsteps of old boy from the Raiders, Derek Carr, ride off into the sunset with your bag. You finesse. Exactly. And he finessed the bag. I'm not mad at him for that. I'm mad at the organization for giving him that big bag. But hey, I don't run the team. It is what it is. What can I say? What can I do? The next thing I wanted to talk about that just been aggravating me so much is this whole Drake Kendrick Lamar thing. I'm a fan of both artists. Shock. I know, because in this climate, it seems like you can't be a fan of both. You got to be one or the other. Look, to the children, I don't give two fine fucks what you think. Only thing I care about in this time and moment is what I think. This whole Kendrick Lamar Drake beef is the dumbest fucking shit ever. And we, and I use the term loosely because I do understand that not everybody is doing it, but we are dragging this shit out. And by me talking about it right now, I'm just dragging it out even more, but I got to get it off my chest. And after I get it off my chest, we ain't going to talk about this mess. Regardless of how you feel about it, what happened. Kendrick Lamar did his thing. I disagree with some of the things that he's done, and I majorly disagree with a lot of the things that Drake have done up to this point. Drake, let that shit go. You made a misstep. You made a huge misstep, and you failed. Fall and take that L. Take a break, step back, and come back later. Like, now coming back later, I don't know how much it'll help you because you up there. You unk now. You up there with a lot of us. You in an unk status. And I don't know how the YN's gonna feel about you, but like the ladies gonna still love you. Like you get Drake, you get to the point where the ladies that love you are in the 40s and 50 range now. So you should have been let that go. And like T-Pain said, you said yourself that you never wanted to be that person where the game pushed you out, where you decided to leave things on your own terms. So for your best interest, like, take a break, get your mental straight. And for everybody else that does music reviews and things like that, I understand it gets you all views. But at this point, you're beating a dead fucking horse. And me, I'm a glutton for punishment. So I'll lean into, being hit with that 2x4 with the same old shit for a good little minute. But when I get to the point where I'm telling you that, like, let it go, that means you should have let it go like months ago. Let the whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar and lawsuits against hip hop and all, let that go. Because you all have said what you said. You all have said how you feel. It is what it is. We tired of hearing it. We tired of hearing it. And that's my take on it. Drake, you fucked up. It is what it is, fam. You fucked up. I fuck with you. As many people that used to fuck with you might not fuck with you. I mean, you gave ammunition for the people that didn't fuck with you in the beginning, but only fuck with you because the women fucked with you and they wanted to fuck with the women. You gave them ammunition to hate you. And they granted they were just waiting for a reason to hate you, but it is what it is, man. Like, move on. And with that being said, I'm gonna move on from that. The dude that got caught at a game or whatever cheating on his wife, who was that? Because I don't know the full story of that, but it was crazy as hell. It was a wild story. So if anybody, chat, you can fill me in on what was going down with that. Please fill me in on that. Like, on the specifics, I know the surface level details. I don't know the specifics, but please fill me in on that. Now, getting to what the channel is all about, getting to the sneakers, getting to the footwear. we saw the release of the orange Kobe Protro 6s, I believe that's what it was. Protro 6s. And I'm gonna tell you all, I'm extremely rusty because I've well, ain't kinda, but I have fallen back on just buying a lot of shoes. Because like I said before, I'm not gonna buy anything that I don't really like. Um, and of course I couldn't talk about much because the computer was down. You all were gone. You all weren't gone to the fault of you all, but you all were gone. So I kind of took a break. I took a hiatus along with my computer being down, and I fell back from it. Now, looking from afar, there were a lot of people who had, a lot to say about the Kobe's. I did see a lot of people hit on those Kobe's. So congratulations to everybody who hit on the Kobe's. Chat, let me know if you went for the Kobe's and if you hit on it. Giganator, I know, man, you hit for a trifecta. Relax. Congratulations, man. I'm glad you ain't share none with your boy, but it's okay. I'm happy for you and anybody else who hit on those, man. Let me go ahead and drop one of these for the Giganator. Oh man, I missed that, man. Where has that been? But I heard some people say that they hated the shoe and that it was unnecessary. That's what I was getting from social media, man. A lot of people on social media were saying that the shoe was unnecessary, that they hated it, that it was like trash. And then I saw very little people say they actually liked it. So I was extremely surprised because it's a Kobe 6. Now, it doesn't fall in line with like the highly acclaimed and highly famed Grinch series, but I mean, you got the Grinches, you got the reverse Grinches, and then you got the orange joints. I mean, we kind of made ties to it, but y'all let me know what y'all thought about those 6s. Now, for a pair that I did pick up that I did not do a review about, and I probably still will do a review, even though they long gone and moved on. And I have not looked at these either. I bought them, didn't look at them, but man, look what they did to my box, my roof. Look what they did to my roof. They punched a hole in it. And I'm gonna try to fix it. Ooh, hold on. That glue. And before I show the shoe, one thing I'm going to tell you all, this right here, this paper right here, if you have this paper in your shoebox, and you have light colored shoes or shoes with translucent outsoles, take this paper out, ball this shit up, and get rid of it. Left hand, your boy HG is left-handed now. Y'all saw how smooth I was with that. The right hand is not what it used to be, and that's gonna be permanent, I believe. But yeah, get that out of your box because that is one of those contributing factors to your shoes yellowing and staining on your kicks. And now that I say that, I remember I told you all that I was going to do a video about how to decrease the odds of your shoes yellowing. So that was just one of those tips. But the Grape 5s. Now, this was a shoe that I wanted when they did. I wanted the Grape 5s for a long time. I mean, these look kind of weird in hand. I'm not looking at them like actually looking at them with my eyes. I'm looking at them through the screen, through the camera, and these look weird in my size, but these were a shoe I've wanted for a long time. They've narrowed the toe box. I'm glad they did that because that changes the fit a lot. And when they dropped the Fresh Princes, I wanted these, but I didn't want to punch the holes in these shoes. So the thing that I want to ask you all, everybody who bought the Fresh Princes, and you went and punched the holes because you wanted the Grape 5s, and you basically ruin the Fresh Princes as a collector's piece just to put laces in them. How do you feel about that move you made? Are you slapping yourselves on the forehead because they ended up dropping the grapes like 4 years, maybe 5 years after they dropped the Fresh Prince? I don't know how many years later. Put it in the chat. But are you now slapping yourselves in the head that you punched holes in your Fresh Prince pair only for them to a few years later drop the Great Fives? Now, I saw a lot of people complaining about the Great Fives, and you know what I've noticed now? Hold on, let me turn down the light so that the glare, so that light won't wash that white out so much. Let me turn down this just a bit. You know what I've noticed about all of my sneaker collectors? Y'all are gonna complain about every little fucking thing. And that is really, really fucking annoying right about now. It actually kind of makes me resent being a sneaker collector, because for years, hold on, before I finish talking about this, for years, I've seen and heard so many sneaker collectors, from videos to Instagram to X, wherever, in person. I've heard people for years say, OG over everything. I want OG. And then when you get OG, you fucking complain about it, or you go and modify the OG so that it no longer looks like OG, it looks like a retro. So what the fuck is it? Is it OG over everything, or is it what I love and remember over everything? Y'all let me know, because I'm confused. But and I'll talk about that a little bit more. But to coincide with that, when the Great Fives actually dropped, a lot of people complained about the leather quality on the shoe and yada yada yada. Everybody's always got something to say. Now, number one, I want to keep reiterating. When has Jordan Brand ever been known? When has Nike ever been known to have like 100% great quality control? These are things that are mass produced on a large scale. So nothing is going to be perfect. And you're going to see people with imperfections, defects, yada, 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 whatever, what have you. That's just the nature of the beast. You're going to get it in shoes. You're going to get it in clothing. You're going to get it in hats. You're going to get it in furniture. You're going to get it in electronics. You're just going to get defects. So when in the fuck did we start expecting perfection when it comes to mass-produced shoes and things like that? I don't understand where the fuck y'all got that in y'all heads, that shoes are always been perfect or always going to be perfect. Every now and then, you're going to have shoes that you see that have very few problems. But for the most part, shit's going to have problems. Hell, a lot of y'all motherfuckers ain't 100%. So how the fuck y'all going to expect shoes to be 100%? And why would you all expect to be 100%? But a lot of people complained about the leather quality. Now, when it comes to leather quality on my Great Fives, the leather is good. The leather is good. The leather is great. It is a Jordan Brand Nike shoe. Of course, it's got wrinkles across the top in the leather, but that doesn't mean that, and it's washed out. You can't really see it. So, but that doesn't mean that the shoe is bad. When did we start hating like creases in shoes? I mean, okay, we've always hated creases in shoes because we want our shoes to last longer. But they came up with methods to reduce the creases in the shoes, and you all fucking complained about that. You all called it lame. So, like, how long do you expect shoes to keep out creases? I'm really confused about this. And these are things that I've just been sitting back and watching and had time to think about and contemplate. And they've just been brewing, and I've just been waiting to get back on the channel and just talk about some of this shit that drives me nuts. But as far as the Grape 5, the toe box, I love the toe box. It's got that sleek, narrow toe box look. The toe cap is a lot higher than what you would normally find, only because they dropped the toe and they made it more narrow, and that's supposed to be true to OG. And like I said, I don't know what true to OG with the fives are, because I never had an OG pair of fives, but I do like the more aerodynamic look of this shoe. Look at this. This is beautiful. The ankle pods. They even gave you a updated Resto Mod look to the ankle pods. They shaved the ankle pods down a lot, so you're getting more close to like the A Ma Maniére 5 ankle pods. You're getting a happy medium between the off-whites and the A Ma Maniére and the actual like Air Jordan 5 ankle pods, which a lot of you all like bitched and moaned about. The ankle pods are not true to OG, because if they were, these joints will be fat. These pods will be stupid fat. You got the Nike Air on the back, which is what everybody loves nowadays and what everybody begged for. You got a more clear outsole in a current world of Nike and Jordan brand, where they are used to doing the blue outsole, so that the more you wear it, it ends up being clear like this, so that you get less yellowing. They just gave you true to form Air Jordan 5 grapes, and you all still complained about it. I don't understand. And the tongue is not super high, which is what a lot of you all complained about before, the tongue being extra high and looking really crazy. You all complained about that. So they dropped the tongue and they gave you, like, I would say if I had to put a percentage on it, they gave you 85% OG with a little bit of moderate look and aesthetic to it, and you all still damn complained. We all knew what we were getting into when it came to the price. We all knew what the price was going to do because of the tariffs and all of that. Like, you can blame Jordan Brand, or you can blame whatever you want to blame, but we all knew it was coming. So don't bitch and moan about the price, because you easily could have passed on that price, but you didn't. You went and you bought it, didn't you? But if you ask me, first impressions, because this is the first time I've looked at them, and these have been out for what, almost a month now, if not a month. First impressions, I absolutely love them. I'm gonna try to do some photos and stuff like that, and like some on foot pictures and stuff like that, and just post them to my IG. If you don't follow me on IG, follow me over on IG at homegrown_kicks. My TikTok got hacked. I'm trying to get my TikTok back. It seems to be a lot of scammers out there telling you that they can get your account back and things like that. So until further notice, don't go watching my TikTok until I get on live and say I got my TikTok account back. I got a secondary account, Homegrown Kicks 6. I think it's like Homegrown Kicks .6, but I'm not posting anything to that. I'm just trying to work to get my regular TikTok account back. But until I do, follow me on all of my other socials. I'm going to try to keep you updated. And that's another reason why you all haven't seen any content, because when I wasn't posting content on YouTube or Instagram, I was mainly posting content heavy on TikTok. But like I said, it got hacked, so I'm trying to get that back. But if I could grade the quality of my Jordan 5 grapes, even with these little speckles on the bottom, I don't know what the hell that is. It might just be paint, but it's straight out of factory. So whatever the issue is, maybe it's straight out of factory. Like, if I looked at it and just based off of how they look, because I know a lot of people were saying like one shoe was like flat and the other shoe was tumbled. Both of these are like pretty much flat with just like regular box creases in it. I would grade these 8.5, 9 out of 10. Like I said, I mean, it's got like some little specks on the bottom of that, but who gives a fuck? Like it's the bottom of the shoe. Nobody's gonna really look at it. Um, Shape is good. The paint app is good. The colors on the midsole are good. Um, like I don't know what could have been done to make this shoe better. So yeah, I mean, I would strike off a point maybe for that right there. I don't know. I don't really care. So I mean, I guess like if I don't really care about that, I'd have to give these great fives a 10 out of 10, man. A 10 out of 10 for the win, man. I don't care. Say it. I'll say it again. 10 out of 10. Fuck everybody else who wanted to whine about those. Oh man, we got the bots rolling in, man. Love to the bots. Love to the bots and to the schemers and the scammers and the scalawags and all that in between. But like we really this live was just kind of like to ease back into the swing of things, and we really gonna like kind of wing it and kind of relax and vibe through this. The Aqua 8s recently dropped. And let me see if I can find this story. Let me see if I can find it because I screenshotted it and I don't know what I did with the screenshot, but it was about the Aqua 8s. I think I did it today. So let me check my phone real quick. Was it this site? Was it this site? Advisory board crystals. I don't know what the hell that is. Oh, I do know what that is. Okay, my bad. My bad. No disrespect. No disrespect. Let me see if I can find it. But what I saw was the Aqua 8s. And I know y'all, I know I just talked about it. When I said about people crying and bitching and moaning about how they love OG over everything. I saw a post where somebody took some Angelus suede dye and dyed the gray from the Aqua 8s black. And that's just not the OG color for the Aqua 8s. I think that darker gray color that pushes into the black spectrum, I think that colorway is like from the 2007 pair, which is not OG. That's not OG. And I saw where it said a lot of people were complaining about the gray upper and stuff like that. Oh, y'all, I wanted a pair of Aqua 8s, and I still do want a pair of Aqua 8s. And I think I messaged Retro, and I don't know if Retro hit me back because I hadn't really checked my Instagram. I hadn't really been on Instagram lately. Shout out to Retro Rick and Maddie's Kicks. Shout out to the Retro Vision podcast. Mondays and Fridays is when they go live. But let me go ahead and pull this one up. What is this? What is this? What is this? I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up and show you all this. What is this from? Sneaker Freaker magazine. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull this joint up. Stop the screen. Share screen. Yeah, here we go. From Sneaker Freaker magazine, it gives a drop down of the Aqua 8s from the previous years. So 1993 is when I believe we first saw the Aqua 8s. And as you can see, they've got that gray colorway. Let me make myself small. Let me make the shoes big. They've got the gray colorway from 1993. You don't see that heavy, dark, almost black colorway until 2007. 2015, you get the gray, and then 2025, you get that same gray. Now it's in this picture, it looks more similar to the 2015, but they say the color contrast is more similar to the 1993, given the fact that you have the gray colorway, the speckles, and everything else. So again, like I said, people have been screaming OG over everything, and then you go and make your shit look like the 2007 pair. So is it really OG over everything, my sneaker collectors, my sneaker enthusiasts? Is it really OG over everything, or is it what you remember over everything? Your favorite model year over everything? Now, like I said, I am gonna go after a pair of the Aqua 8s. I think Nike did. I think Nike opened back up and then put the stock that they didn't sell on Nike's app. I won't be painting it. I will say this though: when it comes to Jordan 8s, keep in mind that it's got like it's got Velcro on the inside and it's got that baby booty style interior, which does make the shoe narrow. And especially as you can see, they went with the narrow toe box. That's like the 2007 pair. Because yeah, it definitely looks more narrow than the 1993 pair. So if you are a wide foot, you're gonna have to go up a whole size because it's already narrow. I'm gonna tell you right now, because of the way the 8s are styled, you're gonna have to go up a half a size if you got an average to regular foot, and if you got a wide foot, you might want to go up a whole size and a half. But yeah, I just don't understand where you guys are as far as, you know, wanting OG over everything, and then when you finally get OG over everything, you all complain and then you customize them and then you talk trash, like you talk trash about them and then you customize them. Now, to anybody who wanted to customize it because, you know, they prefer the darker color over the gray, that's fine. But if you wanted them motherfuckers that's be screaming OG over everything, bro, stop it, because that's not what you really mean. You just mean what you prefer over everything. Now, the next thing, let me see. Let me go ahead and pull this back up. The next thing that's coming up is the Air Jordan 4 Rare Air. So I want to talk about this because I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine who absolutely loves this shoe. And the way I look at it is not very many people want this Rare Air 4. Now, does that mean that they won't sell out? Absolutely not, because even as dead as resale is, people are still going to resell this shoe. So if you want it, I'm sorry that you're gonna have to pay like the $200 and something versus being able to wait and buy it at a cheaper price. But if you want this shoe, do what you got to do before you end up having to pay high resale price. But how do we feel about these Rare Air Jordan 4s? What is the temperature for these Rare Air Jordan 4s? Now, me, I don't have to have them. I don't have to have them. Like I said, I'm in my era where even if it's a nice shoe, I'm not going to convince myself to pay the money. And just because it's a nice shoe doesn't mean I have to buy it. This is a nice shoe. The colorway is nice, but for me, it's an unnecessary pickup. Will I pick it up to try to do a review? Am I back into the full swing of things like that? I don't know. There's another Jordan that I'd rather have over these, but I don't know, man. Only time will tell, man. We'll see what your boy will do. We'll see what direction I'll go in. Let me take this hat off because it's hot. But we'll see what direction your boy goes in, and then you all will see. But what is the temperature of these Rare Air 4s? I'll say right now, do not sit and wait. If you want them, get them. I'll say that. The colorway is nice. The shoe is nice. Is it a must cop? Not for me. Not for me. But if it is for you, chat, sound off, man. Sound off. I appreciate all the people that are watching in the background. I appreciate my ghost watchers, man. Thank y'all. I love y'all so much. I'm just appreciative that anybody showed up, man. I didn't think anybody was going to show up because it's been so long since I've actually gone live. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for that. There is another Jordan that I don't see that's like in the background. It's kind of like sneakily creeping up. And I can't remember the name of it, but I just know I entered a raffle for it. And I know that doesn't help at all, but it it is what it is, man. Undefeated fours. What do you all prefer? The Nike Air on the back or the Jumpman? Let me know down in the chat which one do you prefer, or does it not matter just as long as you're able to get a pair of undefeated fours? And that's the side I fall on. It pretty much does not matter to me. Like as long as I can get a pair of undefeated fours, it don't matter which one it is, Nike Air or Jumpman. Supposedly the Jumpman is going to be exclusive to undefeated because the Jumpman is the original form of the undefeated fours, but I think we're in a climate where I don't care. I happen to notice this. Nike is releasing a series of pandas. Nike saw Pop Mart printing money and said, "Hold my swoosh." To celebrate the Dunk's 40th year, it looks like Nike are diving into the mystery pack world with a new pandemonium concept set to launch this August. So, okay, I can already tell you right now that this black pair with patent leather is already out. This black pair of patent leather is already out. They didn't wait until August. This has been out for a couple of months. This pair right here, I think, has already dropped as well. So if anything else is going to be the rest of these packs, and how can you call this shit the Panda? I don't know. But apparently they're going to come in a blind bag. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they would lean into Panda concept, especially when so many people express a lot of hate for Panda, but that's Nike. Now, moving on. The Jordan 40, the newest Jordan in the line of Jordans. So when this released, I contemplated getting a pair because I actually like these. And this is like a combination of a couple of Jordans. Now, specifically, I don't know. They like it says it as far as tech, it's got like Zoom Air and the stiff Strobel board. So a bit of the Jordan 12, but more elevated. You can kind of see like the 12 right here, but that's interior wise. It's got, good gracious, a bunch of photos of the same thing. It's got the Jordan 5 tongue. So if you look here, this is to mimic the Jordan 5 on the toe. What is that a toe of? That looks like a toe of maybe like an old Jordan, and I don't have it. But this side panel right here is of the Jordan 14. This one right here reminds me of the Jordan 18. But yeah, I mean, I like the shoe. Jacques Cousteau did a brief review of the 40, and he said they run snug. So if you get the 40 and you got a wide foot, or even if you got an average size foot, expect it to fit like a Kobe. So choose your size based on how you would choose a Kobe Protro 6. But yeah, the Jordan brand finally did something right, in my opinion, for the first time in a long time. Not to say that like a lot of their other shoes were wrong, but as far as like going all in and not having really much negative to say about this. This is that shoe. So they did good for the 40th. So kudos to you, Jordan Brand, on doing good on the Jordan 40. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that one as well. Now this one, Beamer talked about this one. And I don't know if y'all know who Beamer Williams is, but Beamer does some really good content. He raises a lot of questions that make you think, and that shine light on things that you might not have really thought about before. But this is a Puma collab with a brand, I think like called ABC or Advisory Board Crystals for long, and they decided to collab with Marvel, Puma, Marvel, and ABC to come up with this Fantastic Four collection. And Beamer said they copied the X-Men collab with Asics. I believe that's who did the X-Men collab. And yeah, they did, because this is a blind bag concept with Galactus being the absolute very limited pair. Then Doctor Doom is the next most limited, and then the Silver Surfer, and then you have your general release of the Fantastic Four. Now, they have not shown what the shoes are going to look like, and with this long drawn out debut, these shoes better be like the shit. These shoes better be the biz naive, because Puma has really fudged up a lot of collabs, in my opinion. ASICS so far has done the best, but yeah, this is what the boxes are gonna look like. They basically did a video to kind of roll out some press for the up and coming release, and I don't know when it's gonna be releasing. But like information should be coming in the upcoming days. But they basically showed the blind bag and pulled the different boxes out of the bag. They had an influencer do the very same thing, not to show off the shoe, but to show us what the box art was gonna look like. I know that boxes matter, but and I know that in the price you're paying for the box as well, and you're paying for the presentation, but the vast majority of what you're paying is for the shoe. So you think you want to show the damn shoe to get people excited about that? Because not very many people, even though the Fantastic Four movie has released or is going to release, like the Fantastic Four doesn't have a large fan base. It's Marvel that has the fan base, and people in Marvel have been crapping on the Fantastic Four for decades. So I don't know if just showing us shoe boxes and box art is going to drive like traffic. And the only thing I can say to ABC and Puma and Marvel is these shoes better be fucking good. These shoes better be fire. Otherwise, y'all ass is gonna be on fire, because the community is not with the shits anymore. I mean, they with the shits, but they not with the type of shits that y'all are trying to pull anymore. Next thing I want to talk about, crazy shit that caught my eye. And I'm highly disappointed in y'all. And not y'all, not the family. But I'm highly disappointed in the community as a whole, because I saw this before it got big and hoped and prayed and wished that you all would not allow this to happen, and the community allowed this to happen. What am I talking about? Hold on, let me go ahead and pull it. Let me make sure I got it. What am I talking about exactly? Let me make sure. Yeah, right here from Sneaker Legal, Labubus. La fucking boo boos. And legit checking Labubus. Are you all fucking kidding me? You all don't even know what Labubus are. I had to figure out before these got popular what these were and why they were starting to ramp up for women in terms of popularity, because that's where it really started. It started with women, like the grown women or whatever, like grown women, like late teen to adult women made this popular. And then the sneaker culture and grown ass men decided to hop on this trend and make this shit part of sneaker culture or urban culture or whatever we got going on now. I don't even know exactly anymore. But these are demons from Nordic mythology, and a Asian designer came up with Labubus like 5 or more years ago, and nobody was paying attention to these Labubus. Then one day, a lady, and she's got to be like a big influencer, but she's not a big influencer in my space, so I'm gonna use this term and I'm gonna use it loosely. But then all of a sudden, an unknown influencer like hyped up these Labubus, and now we're at a point where Labubus are selling for ridiculous ass prices. You all are hanging these shits on your bag and using them as bag accessories. I mean, they might as well be purses now because that's what the girls were doing. They were hanging them on their purses. They're purse accessories. So we are in full force in the era where like these bags are purses, and the Boondocks warned us about this shit. The Boondocks warned us about these. That gangsterlicious stuff and all of that, the Boondocks warned us about this, and we are there. Now I wouldn't buy a Labubu, but my daughter likes Labubu, and I went to the mall. We went to the mall, one of my big malls, and there was a store, and we saw a table that had Labubus on it. And I asked her, I said, "Do you want a Labubu?" Now, Labubus are generally like, if you can get them from the Pop Mart website, which you can't anymore, which when I knew of them, you could, but they are generally like between $19 to $26. In this store, the Labubu was $45. And I said, okay, that's fine. That's cool. You know, I'll pay $45 for her happiness. That's fine. So I grabbed the Labubu and I go to the counter because they had like fake Labubu Yeti cups. They had like fake other brand Yeti cups and stuff like that. Are we still on the Yeti cups or whatever those cups are, or did you finally hop off that D? Did you finally give that back to the girls? But yeah, I take it to the counter, and the lady goes, "Oh, this is fake. This is the fake Labubu. The real Labubus are behind the counter, and they're at $100." Lady, are you out your fucking mind? Are you out of your fucking mind? You think I'm gonna pay $100 for a blind bag purse plushie? Yeah, I know you was. I immediately told that lady, hand me the Labubu, the fake Labubu, the Labufu back, and I'll put it back for you because I'm not buying either one of them. But yeah, like you all are reselling this shit for such ridiculous prices that it's gotten to the point where like they're telling you the easiest way to figure out a counterfeit Labubu is to count the teeth. What the what the is that where we're at now? I'm not counting no teeth. I'm, I hate y'all. I hate y'all in the nicest way. That something as dumb as a Labubu has made it to the point where we are talking about it on Sneaker Legal magazine, like in the sneaker legal world. Now, another thing I just want to get off my chest is this whole 2J's shoe surgeon, whatever their fucking story is. Y'all know what the name of the story is. And I know it's been over and done with, and the conversation has been had, but your boy HG ain't had the conversation. So the fam and HG, we're about to have that conversation. Now, the way I feel about it, okay, the only person I feel bad for is 2J's wife, because she has cancer and has to deal with all of this bullshit. And to 2J's wife, I hope you feel better. Fuck cancer. I'm gonna be sending well wishes your way, and I send well wishes your way, and I know I can extend the family and their sentiments when I say well wishes and put up a good fight. You know, we're gonna be hoping for a good fight and a full remission and recovery from cancer. But as far as 2J's, that motherfucker been scamming the community for a long time. In that video, one of the things that he said that stood out to me is he said, I don't ever do videos, but I'm doing a video now because I don't have anything to hide and yada, yada, yada. Okay, so when you weren't doing videos, you had something to hide? Like they say, if you sit back and listen, motherfuckers will tell on themselves. So yeah, all these years you've had something to hide. You've been screwing us over. And I'll say this, Trollmageddon, he dropped a video exposing 2J's a bunch of years ago. And who is it? Fuck, I can't remember his name. Fuck, I'm so sorry. Most underrated, never duplicated sneaker YouTuber on YouTube, and that's facts. I can't. I don't understand why I'm drawing a blank, man. It's so fucking bad. And I watch his shit all the time, and I feel so bad. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to let this go. Oh, Mike Rich just dropped a video where he got the orange Kobe sitting on the shelves at the store in Georgia. What? Heck nah. But yeah, I'm not finna kill. Yeah, I'm not finna. Skip goes hard. Skip goes hard. That's right. I didn't find it, but it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Skip goes hard. The most underrated, never duplicated, funniest sneaker YouTuber on YouTube, and that's facts. See, that's how y'all know I fuck with Skip goes hard. But yeah, he recently mentioned or replayed that video where Trollmageddon told us about 2J's. But if you all aren't familiar, quick recap. 2J's wife was going through cancer. 2J's, she was the one that was really handling the day-to-day operations, and 2J's was the one that was just buying the shoes and filling up the store. When she got sick, she couldn't do that any longer. So 2J's was looking for somebody to help him out and help him run the day to day. So Dom from the shoe surgeon, and I didn't know half of the stuff that I know now about Dom, but Dom from the shoe surgeon offered to help him out. Now he is part of a company that is not just him, but three to four other members, and they presented a contractual agreement to 2J's. And instead of 2J's having a legal team read it over and check through it and look at it with a fine-tooth comb, which for any businessman, you should know better, he went ahead and signed it and put himself in a hole. Now, the terms and conditions of this contract were 2J's would still be the face, but you know, Dom and his group were gonna run the day to day. Now, what 2J's didn't realize is that because it is a company group, that the company is the majority. And basically, with them getting 50% of the shares, which was his wife's half of the shares, and then them being a larger group, they were able to take over his company, Urban Necessities, and basically buy him out. Majority rules. So it was basically 4 against 1, and they bought 2J's out. And when they bought 2J's out, apparently none of them had any clue or idea how to run a sneaker business, because they basically ran Urban Necessities into the ground. And now Urban Necessities is in debt. And all of the people that had consignments at the shop were saying that they weren't being paid for the shoes being sold. They weren't getting, any word as to far as what was going on. And they started pulling their money. They started pulling their shoes. So if you go to Urban Necessities, if you're in that area, the American store in Vegas, I believe it is, the Urban Necessities there, instead of shoes, the shelves are lined with fucking hats. And that's basically a sign of a store getting ready to go out of business. They're liquidating and getting ready to go out of business. And 2J's, because his name was on the line, nobody knew at all that Dom, the shoe surgeon, was basically behind the whole operation. 2J's took to social media to say, hey, I need you to be a good person and let the world know that I have nothing to do with this anymore, that you all screwed me over and yada, yada, yada. Well, 2J's, you're not innocent either, because like you said, you decided to go live because you don't really go live. You decided to go live because you have nothing to hide. And you needed him to tell the people that this big major fuck up is not on you, which means you've always had something to hide, that you have not been 100% the golden child for Urban Necessities or any of that, but that you just don't want the legal issues that comes with them scamming people, and you don't want to have your name plastered all over social media. So I don't feel bad for 2J's. Dom, if you really did this like the way you did it, that's fucked up. You a fucked up dude. You're gonna get what's coming to you, and it is what it is. So that's how I feel about it. It's gonna work itself the way it works itself out, but it's death to the sneaker resale stores. And we're seeing it happen in front of our very eyes. There's going to be a point where these resale stores are going to be no more. And when that happens, I can't necessarily tell you, but the way things are going, it's going to happen quick. And then it's going to get back to the out of the trunk sneaker resellers, which is where it used to be, and kind of like an underground thing, and so on and so forth. So you all better build your relationships and your friendships and your connections, because being able to walk into a shoe store is going to die sooner or later. And it's going to be sooner rather than later. So yeah, that is that. And that's how I feel about that. That's my 2 cents on that. Let's see what else is going on Sneaker Legal. If there's anything else that I might have missed, okay, that's that dude that got caught cheating on his wife, and she got caught cheating on her husband at some kind of event that I was talking about. I still don't know the specifics to that. Do I really care beyond this? Nah, but if anybody knows the actual specifics of it in the chat, let me know. Let me know. Yeah, my bad, y'all. The Ja Morants, those are fire. I don't know why I like like them so much, but those are fire. Go to Dade Ass Kicks to check out the Ja Morants. Let's see what else they got. The Zion Williams Air Jordan 1 Low Voodoos. Those are dope as fuck too. Dade Ass Kicks for everything I'm gonna tell you all about right now. I guess if I tell you about it, I probably should show y'all. Let me look at this other window I got up just to make sure that I don't end up like not telling you. Yeah, let me ask y'all about this. Let me ask y'all about this real quick. Remove your ass. Stop sharing that. Let me share this one. So if I come here, oh wow. And I show these. The Amamanier Air Jordan 5. What do you all think of this? How do y'all feel about this? Because the release week of July 20th through July 26th. Now, I got a notification in my inbox about signing up for these and yada, 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 and blah, 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 blah. Last week, I had about like 15 notifications about this damn Jordan 5. And when that happens, this shit ain't moving mountains. This shit ain't moving shit. It ain't moving mountains. It ain't moving air. It ain't moving parts. And I have a theory as to why people really don't give a shit about this Air Jordan 5. Now, is it bad? Is it a bad 5? Hell no. It is a clean, dope ass 5. But it's firewood. This 5 is firewood. And I'm not talking about firewood as in fire. It's dope. No, it's firewood. Burn it. It's not necessary. Now, it is a clean colorway. That burgundy tone hits real nice off of that cream. This is probably the best Jordan 5 that they've dropped in the series of I'm on my Air sneakers besides that all black pair. If I had to say, for me, it would be the black pair, it would be this pair, and then it would be the blue pair. And I think they were supposed to drop another pair, but I don't know if they dropped it or not. But this is not necessary, and especially at the price that they try to charge for Amamaniers, man. I think we're tired of Amamanier, and I think Amamanier has made us tired of them because they're not giving us anything new outside the norm, not different. They're giving us the usual, and they're giving us the lazy, mundane shit. And I said this with the threes. I said this with the threes, and I said it with the 5s that they were talking about releasing before this, and I said it with the 4s. It's the same mundane, monotone color palette bullshit. And there are a ton of different colors on the monotone pastel color palette that they could have used. But they keep giving us this burgundy, they keep giving us this cream, they keep giving us this black, and then they keep giving us this pastel blue. And then they keep pushing the same, like, I don't know, black story. And look, I'm pro black, I'm for black, whatever. I don't know, whatever. But they keep pushing that same bullshit narrative, and we're tired of it. And we've seen the last 5 or 6 releases from Amamayear. We've seen them go below retail. Now, if I can get this like below retail, if I can get this at like 180, maybe, yeah, I'll get it. But like 220, 230, 240, 250, 300, no, absolutely not. So, I mean, for me, as far as release day grab, no, it's a dud. It is a dud. It is a dud. It is a hard pass. It is there are other things releasing that, I could focus on over this. But is it a bad colorway? No. 23 stitched on the side is not going to save that shit either. And that's what it is. That's just what it is. That's my testimony. I'm sticking to it. Let me know what yours is in the comment section below. That was smooth. That almost sounded commercial. What else? What else we got, fam? What else we got? The Tom Sachs. They're set to drop September. Tom Sachs has an app that supposedly, I tried to find the app. It does not track on the Google Play Store. I didn't try to find it on my iPhone. Once it didn't track on the Google Play Store, I didn't care. But the Tom Sachs 3.0s, of course, I heard about the controversy with Tom Sachs, but I don't think that's going to stop people from wanting the shoe, because the first version was incredible. The second version was incredible. And I think, like, they're going to want this. And like it says in the comment section, Nike is supporting this. Absolutely. Now, I don't know the full story of what he was doing, but I did hear about the allegations. I'm not going to pass any judgment on him or anything like that until I know the full story. And I don't think I care enough with all the other bullshit going on in the world nowadays to actually dive deep into the full story. But from what I heard, I will say it is fucked up and it is disgusting. And yeah. Let's see. What else? I mean, there are a ton of other things that I missed that we could talk about. But you know what? We've been rolling for an hour. Good gracious, we've been rolling for an hour and 48 minutes. I didn't think we had been rolling for that long. I thought I had only been rolling for like 45 minutes. Maybe an hour 15, maybe an hour 30. But we've been rolling for almost 2 hours, and I did not really expect for that to happen. But we've been rolling for 2 hours. Damn near. We're about to hit the mark. I haven't eaten. Dang, my hair done got real long. Oh, wait, goodness gracious. So I'm gonna end it on that note. Man, I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Hopefully, the more I keep going live again, I'm gonna start dropping content, of course, again. The more I go live, the more content I drop, the more people will roll through, the more you all continue to support. Thank you all for who have continued to support me thus far, even through all of the hiatuses and the downtimes. Thank you for supporting me through the ups and the downs. We still got a long road to go, man. I still got a few more downs that I'm trying to navigate my way through, but that's neither here nor there. Thank you for all the love and support. I appreciate you all. You all know, man, what it is, what it do, man. Before I go, man, I cannot leave y'all without saying nothing is impossible. Fight for everything you believe in. Don't let anything stand in your way. And dream hungry. Keep the faith, man. Keep on believing. And, just be you. Stay true and be you, man. Stay true and be you. And with that, thank you to everybody that commented, that came through, that supported. Hey, I'll catch you all next time. I love y'all. Peace. In stream, it was a